Now today, my name is Thomas Field with DPW, Department of Public Works, and I'm with the DPW CDL Training Academy, and I'm about to do the pre-trip for Maryland, Class A tractor trailer. And in Maryland, we start in the vehicle first. So when we take the student out to the whatever particular site we go to, testing site we go to, we already have the wheel chalked, and we fan down the air brakes to 90. The examiner want to make sure it's already fanned down, because when we start the pre-trip, you want to build, the first thing you're doing is build the pressure up. So that's the first thing you do. You want to make sure you got your seatbelt on, your vehicle is fanned down. He ain't gonna say nothing. So you got to make sure this is done. If it's not done, automatic fail. So now I'm gonna safe start the vehicle. They look for that, and I just letting the gauge go back and forth, the channel go back and forth. And you let them know you safe starting the vehicle, and you're going to build. Now you want to build your pressure up. As I begin my pre-trip, I'm building my pressure up. So again, take your foot, put on the gas, and you want to let your RPM like at 15 to speed it up. Because the examiner out in Maryland, they want to hear the air governor cut out. That's my air governor. Now I'm ready to start my air brake test. You ask the examiner, can you assist me in my 1 minute air brake test? He's going to say, yeah. Turn the vehicle off. Turn it back to the electric. Ask the examiner, is he ready? He say, yeah. Pushing your brake knob. Hit your brake. Make sure they in. Hit your brake. You're going to tell the examiner, I should not lose no more than 4 PSI in 1 minute. Time purpose, once the examiner say that 1 minute is up, you're going to say, I did not lose no more than 4 PSI. While your foot's still on this brake, you're going to tell the examiner, now I'm going to do my fan down. When I get to 70, 60, my warning buzzer going to come on. Then you start fanning. Because it happens fast. That's my warning buzzer. 40, 30, my pocket brake knob's going to pop out. Now you looking to make sure, see which one pop out first. That's my trailer brake. Don't touch them. You just point to them and say, that's my trailer brake. You keep pumping till all both of them pop out. That's my tractor brake. Now, start the vehicle back up. Again, you're building the pressure back up again. You let the examiner know when you get to 70, 60, 60, 70, because it's going up. When your warning buzzing and light go off, you let them. That's my warning buzzing light just went off. When I get to 120, the air governor gonna cut out. That's my air governor. Now, you tell the examiner, now you did your 1 minute, your fan down, now you want to make sure you check your parking brake knobs. So, again, you tell the examiner, I'm gonna check my trailer brake. To check my trailer brake, I'm gonna push in my tractor brake. I'm gonna put my vehicle in drive in its lowest gear. And what I just did, I released my tractor brake, but my trailer brake is still engaged. And I tap the gas, my trailer brake held. I pull out my tractor brake, I push in my trailer brake. Make sure it's at this lowest gear. Tap the gas again. My tractor brake held. Put it back in neutral. Then you tell the examiner, now I'm gonna check my service brake. I would drive 5 miles an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna drive 5 miles per hour and hit my brake, and my vehicle should move to the left or the right. And that concludes my air brake test. Now, my seatbelt latches unlatches smoothly. My ABS light came on and off when I start up the vehicle. I got a fully charged ABC fire extinguisher. I have 3 reflective triangles. I got a fully stocked first aid kit and spare fuses. My mirrors are adjusted for me. My windshield, not cracked, damaged, or broken. No illegal stickers or obstruction. And my windshield got a proper rubber seal. My wiper arms, not cracked, damaged, or broken. Not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My wiper blades, not cracked, damaged, dry rotted or frayed. My mirror brackets, not cracked, damaged, or broken. Not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My flat and my convex mirror, not cracked, damaged, or broken. Not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure, clean and clear. Now, I check now I'm going through my light sequence. My headlights are on. Check my windshield washer. My windshield washer fluid works. My left turn signal. My right turn signal. My high beam. My 4-way flasher. My oil is, I got a 20-inch steering wheel, a more than 2-inch plate in the middle. My city horn. My air horn. I got a fully, my oil is at the proper level. Temperature is at the proper read. My miles per hour is at 0 because I'm standing still. My my gas is at the, I got enough for the road test. My PSI is reading at 120. I got a yellow diamond shaped parking brake knob, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure, and not leaking. I got a red octagon shaped trailer brake knob, not cracked, damaged, or broken, or leaking, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My defrost, I hear it and I feel it. My heat, I hear it and I feel it. Then I will ask the examiner, can he check my outside? So the examiner will get out. Once he get out, my external lights, he will go in the front. I would do my left turn signal again, my right turn signal. I would do my high beams. I would do my 4-way flashes. Then he gonna walk on the side, check my lights on the side. When he get to the rear, I'm gonna do my left turn signal again, right turn signal, my 4-way flashes, and then I'm gonna put it in reverse and put it back in neutral. He's checking them lights. He gonna come up on this side. He gonna tell me to exit the vehicle so we can do the pre-trip on the outside. My keys now in my pocket and my wheel is chalk. I check up under my vehicle, make sure there's no debris, no hanging wires, and no puddles. I make sure my vehicle not lean to the left or the right, which indicate there's a suspension problem or a flat tire. My marker lights, my strobe light, my marker lights, my left and right turn signal, all amber in color, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My headlights, clear in color, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. You will go on this side. Maryland pre-trip is different. On this side, my coolant reservoir filled to the proper level. Cap got a proper rubber seal. Not cracked, damaged, broken, no leaking. Not missing nuts and bolts, tight, secure. I check my hoses for damage and leaks. My windshield washer fluid. Not cracked, damaged, broken, no leaking. Filled to the proper level. The cap got a proper rubber seal. And I check my hose for damage and leaks. My power steering reservoir filled to the proper level. Cap got a proper rubber seal. Not cracked, damaged, broken, no leaking. Not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My gear-driven power steering pump. Not cracked, damaged, broken, no leaking. Not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My gear-driven air compressor. Not cracked, damaged, broken, no leaking. Not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My air governor. My air compressor governor. Not cracked, damaged, broken, no leaking. Not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My oil dipstick. I would check it with the engine off, pull out the dipstick, wipe it clean, reinsert it, pull it back out to get a proper read. My transmission dipstick, I would check it with the engine running, Pull out the dipstick, wipe it clean, pull it back out to get a proper read. My air and electric lines, not cracked, damaged, or broken, no leaking, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My steering shaft, not cracked, damaged, or broken, no bent, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My gear-driven steering gearbox, not cracked, damaged, or broken, or leaking, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My steering linkage, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure, which consists of pitman arm, drag link, steering knuckle, tie rod, crown nuts, cotter pins. My spring hanger, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My leaf spring, not cracked, damaged, or broken, no shifted. If 1/4 or more is missing, the vehicle needs to be placed out of service. My U-bolts, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My shock absorber, not cracked, damaged, or broken, no leaking, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My brake chamber, not cracked, damaged, or broken, no leaking, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. I check my hose for damage and leaks. My slack adjusting push rod, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. To check my slack adjusting push rod, I will place my vehicle on a level plane, chalk my wheel, release the parking brake, pull my slack adjuster out at a 90 degrees angle. My push rod should not come out no more than an inch. If it does, my vehicle then be serviced by a certified mechanic. I check my drum and drum lining, make sure there's no grease and debris, and they're not dangerously worn thin. I check my inner and outer tires for cuts and bulges. I check the surface of my tire to make sure they're at least 432 tread depth and they're not mismarked or regrooved. I check my inner and outer rim, make sure they're not cracked, damaged, or broken, no illegal wheels. I check my lug nuts to make sure they all are present. I look for metal shaving or rust, which indicates looseness. I check my hub oil seal, make sure they're not cracked, damaged, or broken, no leaking, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. To check my hub oil seal, I will pull out the center cap. To refill it, I will pull out the side cap. I will check my valve stem and cap. Make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or broken. Don't leak it. Tight, secure. To check my tire pressure, I will use a tire pressure gauge. I will check my door. Make sure it opens and closes smoothly. I will check my door hinges. Make sure they're not cracked, damaged, or broken. Not missing nuts and bolts. Tight and secure. I will check my battery and make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or broken, no leaking, and there's no corrosion. I will check my fuel tank to make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or broken, or leaking, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. I will check my fuel lines for damage and leaks, and my fuel cap got a proper rubber seal. I will check my headerboard to make sure it can properly hold my load. I will check my air and electric lines, make sure they're not cracked, damaged, or broken, or leaking. I will check my glad hands to make sure they got a proper rubber seal and it's tight and secure. I will check my marker light and turn signal. Amber color in the front, red in the rear. I will check my lights. I will check my brake light, my tail light, my marker light, my left and right turn signal, my four-way flashes, all red in color, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. I will check my reverse lights, make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure, clear in color. I will check my manual landing gear. Make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure, and it's 3 feet away from my tractor. I'm gonna check my mounting bracket. Make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. I will check my fifth wheel and skid plate. Make sure it's properly greased and there's no daylight in between my fifth wheel and trailer. I will check my apron to make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. I will check my kingpin to make sure it's not cracked, damaged, broken, or bent, and my locking jaw is safely around my kingpin. Yeah. I will check my DOT tape and make sure it's clean and clear and not peeling. Check my ABS light, make sure it's not cracked, damaged, or and it's amber in color, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. I will check my rear trailer lights, which is my brake light, my tail light, my left and right turn signal, my four-way flashes, and marker lights, all red in color, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not missing nuts and bolts, tight and secure. My lights got a proper rubber seal, and I will check my DOT tape to make sure it's clean and clear. And this complete my pre-trip.